Hi, it's Melissa. Welcome to this video, and I wanted to introduce to you a new experiment that I would like to do using my YouTube channel. I'm going to be starting a show that I'm dubbing Ego Eimeme, which is a play on words. There's this Greek phrase that Jesus says, Ego Eimi, meaning I am. And so for those of you that enjoy looking at the Bible in one of its original languages, this will be a play on words that might give you a chuckle, but the idea is that we can be Christians who engage not just in conversation about what's the scripture reading for this week, but how does it relate to pop culture? And not just what are our prayer concerns, but what are our dialogue partners saying? And how can we have a conversation about it in an informal way with some really fun and neat and unexpected resources? So, ego a meme, here we go. I'm going to hopefully have this be a very ecumenically friendly forum. So that means lots of different types of Christians being able to find something that is meaningful for them here, so not particular to one denomination, and something that's interfaith friendly. So thanks for watching this experiment. So a couple of things that I'd like to introduce to you as some preliminary resources as I introduce this first video to you. There's this really neat video game that's available on Steam right now, and it's called Pinstripe. And it is, so for about $15, you can download this video game. And it seems to be a really neat thing where the protagonist is, they say he's an ex-minister, but he walks around with a clerical collar and symbols of the cross, and there's church language like parsonage, and there's a Baptist church, and so I'm really intrigued as to where that video game is going to be going. And so for those of you who like Let's Plays on YouTube, you've got the voices of people like Jacksepticeye, Dan Avidan, Ross O'Donovan, so you'll know people like that from Game Grumps and Jacksepticeye's channel. There's also PewDiePie as well as others, and so it seems to be a really beautiful game, and it's got some intriguing possibilities for talking about the life of a minister. And from the description of the video, it says a father in hell. So I'm really intrigued by this. Whatever tradition this person was or is a part of, and clearly there are some questions to be answered as this person goes through a very difficult time, and spoilers, deals with the disappearance of his daughter. So I recommend, if you're not averse to some strong language, that you go check that out. And it's a video game by Thomas Brush, and just a very beautiful looking game. And I'll put a link to a Let's Play in the description, and warning, that's going to have some strong language as well. A lot of Let's Players do curse a lot, just so you're aware. So some other resources that are available right now, as a Christian, you'd probably have to be living under a rock not to know that there is a movie version of The Shack, the William Paul Young book that was very well known and circulated a few years back and is just now out in theaters. It's got Sam Worthington, whose face you'd probably know better than his name. It's also got Octavia Spencer and Tim McGraw. So a really neat cast, and dealing with those questions of theodicy. You know, why does God permit evil to happen? Why does God let bad things happen to good people, or just bad things? Why does God let bad things happen? So that's one that's going to be really good for discussion. So I would recommend checking that out, just as something that you might want to talk about with others in your church, whether it's the film or the book. And you've probably already done this, but I'd say it's one of the better Christian films that's come out in recent years. And it really does a neat job, the story to begin with, just in challenging some gender and racial norms about how we think about God, if nothing else, and then encountering that age-old question of, why did God permit this tragedy to happen? Or, you know, can God still be good if terrible tragedies happen in our lives? So I hope you'll check that out in one way, shape, or form as a tool for conversation in your faith community. There's a few songs out right now that I think are worth checking out on the pop charts, and interestingly enough, they both got the word heavy in the title. There's the song Heavy Dirty Soul by 21 Pilots, and it's got the refrain over and over again of "Can you save my heavy dirty soul?" And so it would be an interesting place to start with to talk about who who saves one's heavy dirty soul. Is this something that Jesus can take, even the sinfulness of me, from the writer's perspective? And so I'm one who encourages, if you have a youth group or a young adult group, or heck, even adults, encourage people to bring to the meeting or play for others a song that means something to them about their faith experience and their faith journey. And this might be a good one to bring up on your own if nobody mentions it, because who who will save my soul? I mean, that's been a question in pop culture forever. And as a teenager who grew up in the 90s, that was a song by Jewel, who will save your soul? But so that's a recurring question, and couched in a different song in 2017 that can be a good way to start to talk about that with people. Another song I'd recommend that's out right now is called Heavy, and that's by Linkin Park, a little blast from the past, and features Kiara, or Kiara, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But just that one has the more slow and somber refrain of "Why is everything so heavy?" And it feels like something that's coming from a person with depression, perhaps. And so, yeah, another conversation point from which to start to dialogue about where's God's presence in the midst of um, this heaviness that we call life and the things that get us down. So I hope those resources would be something that you would enjoy checking out, whether it's playing a video game and being a bit more lighthearted, although it is a scary game, Pinstripe. So I would say don't, that's not for young kids, so that contains some heavy and dark subject matter. Whether you need something to listen to that helps you engage with people where they are, and whether you're looking for something to read. So prayer requests for today. I know that in the United States right now, there are a lot of people that are weighing things in their hearts and on their minds about healthcare and how that's going with what has been voted on in the House and will be voted on in the Senate. And so I encourage you, wherever you are, to hold the people of the United States and the lawmakers there in your prayers. And I'm living in Canada, and so I would recommend for the people of Canada, something that's on our minds right now is the anniversary of the Fort McMurray fires last year in 2016. And so for those that were traumatized by the evacuation, the loss of property, and so on, please hold them in your prayers, because this is a heavy anniversary for them to encounter. But also, they've encountered such joy and kindness from other people that I know that there's a bright chapter ahead for many people and for the community in general, but still a somber anniversary. So that's it for right now. I just wanted to offer you a prototype of what I could see Ego Eimeme being. So if it's something that you do like, please hit the like button, subscribe, or just send me feedback. And if it dies out, it dies out. Couldn't hurt to try. Anyway, hope you have a great day. God bless.